So I'm supposed to click over here, apparently, which is a little upside down. Let's see. There we are. So I wanted to let you know that your Board of Directors for the Historical Society, we've had several accomplishments this year, and 6 lectures here at the Lyceum. We started behind the scenes with several tours and Zooms to get really more nitty-gritty with history and go to places. We gave student and adult awards as have been done for decades. We've filed all the appropriate documents for a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have a shared Google Drive that all our documents and letters and financial reports are going into to share with future boards. We're a complete volunteer organization. We've continued to upgrade the website after it was stolen by a Thai gambling organization during COVID. It does have a different name, but we haven't figured out how to show up before the Alexandria, Louisiana Historical Society. So we're still working on that. If anybody has that kind of information, we'd appreciate it. We've started and continued developing our archives, thanks to Brenda, and moving things together, sorting through things so that we can have a good repository. We gave, you can see here, we issued golden grants. We gave 6 projects for $10,000 to celebrate our 50th golden anniversary, and when we were founded in 1974, 1975. We're going to be offering grants again this year because so many projects in the humanities have been cut across the country and locally. And we want to better engage with audiences we're building a new digital museum, a digital portal to hold much of content on Alexandria history. And Scott will be talking to you about that in a minute. We've also had over 100 social media posts on Facebook and Instagram, so you can connect with us there. Now, financially, Dave Helby is our treasurer. You can see here, the bottom line here is we brought in basically a little more than $3,000, but our expenses were more than $6,000. Our deficit is $3,000. We're not proud of this. We're not saying, yay, we're in deficit, but I would like to explain, number one, the awards which we feel are very important to have history awards every year. We gave more awards this year because there were so many important things to recognize, and also the costs for the awards have gone up. And we started the new digital portal, so to pay for the platform every year, we have a couple $1,000s, and we feel this is a big investment. We've also increased how much it costs for us to give every lecture because we have teamed up with the Alexandria High School media program, and so that they will video our programs here in the Lyceum and create and edit them so that they're on our YouTube station. All of this we can use our endowment funds in a Vanguard account, and you can see here our total assets are almost $100,000, but most of that is encumbered in endowments for only grants, awards, and publications. So it's very limited because of the very generous gifts that have been given to us and the investments that have been made by former board members. So we do need to work on decreasing this deficit and raise some additional funds. Oops, I'm supposed to push down. Sort of counterintuitive. Our current board, you can see the members listed here, and I'm the president. Audrey, if you just raise your hand. Audrey is vice president, and treasurer Dave, where are you? Dave is our treasurer, and Rebecca Rose is not here, but she's been an excellent secretary. Debbie has been on for more than 15 years. She couldn't be here tonight. Peggy are you here? Peggy's way over there. Operations coordinator and website. Linda, in charge of hospitality and many other things. Darnella, Yes, there she is, member at large. Brenda is our archivist, and Michael Lee Pope is our member at large and a member of HARC. Mary Thompson has been a member at large. Paula Whitaker, are you here? Yes, Paula is chair of our behind the scenes. And Scott, yes, social media coordinator and chair of the awards and grants as well. The retiring board, I want to give thanks to Debbie Ackerman, who has served on the board for 15 years, was president for 3 years. She certainly has done a huge service and has been in charge of all the student awards through these years. These 4 students every year for 15 years have been acknowledged and chosen by their teachers because of the work that Debbie's done. And I want to thank Rebecca, who served for 3 years and did a fantastic job and transformed the concept of being a secretary. Is actually not so horrible anymore, to be able to type right into a template and then boom, post it on the shared drive. Wow, that sure is better than typing up notes for hours at a time. So that position is actually open for anybody that would like to assume that next year. And Mary, due to health reasons, has been moved to an emerita position so that she can still participate in grants and awards and ideas for lectures. She's been a wonderful historian at Mount Vernon for many decades. So I want to thank and acknowledge all our board for a great year and pulling together Historical Society after its COVID vulnerability and fragility and coming back up to a great strength as we are completing our 51st year this year. So, oh dear, I'll continue to type this go the wrong way. So our election slate tonight, and you can vote if you are a member. So for re-election, myself, Peggy, Linda, and Scott, and for election, Tom Fulton, Janet Hawkins, Dakota Kindred, and Brian Sando. So we're replacing almost a quarter of the board this year due to retirements and illnesses. So I appreciate everyone on the slate. Before I have Scott say a few words about the digital portal, if we could just have the vote. So if you're a member of the society, you can vote. If you're not a member, so run right over to Peggy and become a member quickly so you can vote. But I did want to give you just a basic information about the people that are running. Our new nominees, Tom, could you just stand up so everybody can see you? Tom Fulton, thank you very much. Tom is a professional historian and has been one with the federal government in the agriculture. He's also served as Deputy Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Department of Interior. I'm particularly excited about the fact that he led the federal program for the Lewis and Clark Bicentennial. So as we move into the 250th anniversary of America, I want to get a lot of good ideas from you, Tom, how to have a really good celebration. He's also, I first met him with the Fort Ward Working Group, and he's the Vice President of Seminary Hill Neighbor Association, and many decades in Alexandria, right, Tom? 41 years here, thank you. Janet Hawkins can't be here tonight, but she is a native Alexandrian, and she grew up visiting all the historic sites here, worked at Mount Vernon as a high school student. She's been a volunteer at Gadsby's Tavern for decades, helped establish the Gadsby Tavern Museum Society. She's active in TWIG that supports Inova Alexandria Hospital and helped produce their 90-year anniversary catalog. Janet is many-decade Alexandrian as well. Brian Sando. Brian, could you stand up, please? Thank you. Brian, you'll see Brian if you go to Barrett Library, Special Collections at the back. Thank you, Brian, for moving from Beatley Library over to Barrett and history. He has a degree in history, and he's been at Special Collections for 3.5 years. You're going to do your library master's degree?
Yes.
Yes.
Signed up,
Yep. starting on that, and he has an active interest in American history and modern European history. And Dakota, could you stand up? This is Dakota Kindred. We're happy to welcome her on the slate. She's a native Alexandrian, yay, so we have 2 people coming on the slate. She's graduated from all the public schools, and guess what? She's a special education teacher in an Alexandria public school. So thank you for staying here and contributing in such an important way. And guess what? She has a bachelor's degree in history. So thank you. I guess you're just made for us. Thank you very much. And she's she's getting her master's degree in school counseling. So thank you very much for offering to join us and the board. Our returning members are, well, legions of things, and I think they probably don't want us to say, but Peggy and Linda can describe themselves as serial volunteers in historic Alexandria. And you'll see them bartending at every event and attending most events. But also, besides just being history nerds, we have a scientist and a naval intelligence officer between Linda and Peggy rounding out our board. And Scott is also a public historian, professional historian, and he's also our social media coordinator and posts the very witty and clever things on Instagram and Facebook. I really thought what you posted on this lecture was even more clever than usual, Scott. So thank you very much. So that is the people that are standing for re-election. So if I could have someone move, yes, Brenda?
I move that we accept the slate as listed.
Thank you. And the bylaws say that we have to present a slate. Are there any nominations from the floor? Okay, so could I have a second for the slate?
I will second.
Oh, thank you, Michael. This was not planned, of course. Okay, all members in favor? Aye. Any nays? Okay, we have an accepted new slate, a new board of directors for 2025 through 2028. You don't get off for 3 whole years, which means we can do very exciting things. So Scott, do you want to just say a couple words about our new digital museum?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can project or I can come.
Yes, you can project. Go ahead.
Okay. Pam doesn't want to yield the mic. Oh, it's being videoed.
Oh, then you better get up here.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. As Pam said, my name is Scott Viereck. I'm on the board of directors here at the Alexandria Historical Society. Among other things, I serve as the social media coordinator. I serve as the Society's representative on the Alexandria Archaeological Commission, and I lead the awards committee, and I serve on the grant committee. So I want to talk a little bit about the grants and also about our new digital museum. So last year, to honor our 50th anniversary, we issued golden grants to support projects that research, preserve, and interpret Alexandria's history. Ultimately, we awarded funds to 6 recipients. One of those recipients, Music of the Revolution, performed here at the Lyceum this Monday, so I hope some of you were able to go and enjoy that. Another one of the grant winners, the Out and About in Old Town Project, will be leading a tour with us this coming Sunday all about LGBTQ history in Old Town Alexandria, so please attend that if you are able to. Now, this year, as many places have canceled or cut back on their grant funding, we at the Historical Society decided it was important that we do our part to continue to support the research, preservation, and interpretation of Alexandria's history. We will be doing another round of grant funding this year. Instructions about that will go up on our website soon, and we encourage anyone who's eligible to apply. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is our new digital museum. Now, all of us on the board will frequently get asked, hey, so you're a historical society. Where's your museum? Where's your historic house? So we decided that it was time to invest in a museum, but in this case, it's a museum without walls. One that's going to be accessible to anybody with an internet connection and available 24/7. So no closures, no nothing like that. You have an internet connection, you can check it out, and it's going to tell the story of this area from the indigenous inhabitants who lived here for thousands of years to the people who call it home today. Now, to create this exhibit, we've partnered with an organization called Axel, and we'll be using their Culture Connect platform. They are a leading developer of online cultural heritage experiences, and they've created digital exhibits for the New York Historical Society, Monticello, Brown University, and as a native Philadelphian, this last one is very close to my heart, the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So this will be a chance for AHS to reach new audiences and connect people to the complex, dynamic, and compelling story of Alexandria. So obviously, issuing grants, creating a new digital museum, that doesn't happen for free, as Pam alluded to earlier, talking about the finances. But at a moment where funding for history and support for an accurate understanding of the past remains uncertain, we feel at the Alexandria Historical Society that it's important for us to do our part. We are exploring revenue streams to support these operations, but please know that in the meantime, your donations, your memberships, this makes all of that possible. If you want to hear more about either our grant program or the new online museum, please come see me after the talk. All right, thanks everyone, and I believe I'm turning it over to David, or back to Pam. Back to Pam.
Moving this along.
Yep, thank you everyone.
Good, Scott, thank you. So lastly, before we adjourn the annual meeting, I would just like to say that as we go forward into our 52nd year and the 250th anniversary of the country, I hope we will have the same spirit as the founders of our society, who were founded due to the bicentennial and the excitement that occurred at that time for renovating this building, renovating Gadsby's Tavern, and actually beginning a historical society in a very historic town. And I hope that we can bring new light to this revolutionary era in our talks and tours. And if any of you have ideas about what you'd like to learn, what you could contribute yourself in terms of knowledge, publications, we have our digital publication, the Chronicles, please let us know. We'd really like to participate with all of you. So now, if I could have a motion to adjourn the meeting. So moved. Brenda? Thank you. And seconded? Second. Michael, yes, not planned at all. So the annual meeting is adjourned, and thank goodness we survived that. So now, the two behind-the-scenes events coming up this Sunday, Out and About an Old Town walking tour at 2:30. You can register on our website, or just look at, you need to know where to meet us, you need to register. And July 12th, Darnella is planning the Alexandria skating rink, sharing memories of a lost landmark. And apparently, almost everybody that lived here at that time remembers that roller rink. So that will be a wonderful event. So you can register for both of those. And coming up in the fall, Dr. Kristen Moon will be discussing her new book that was just published, almost completely driven out, Housing Segregation and Resilience in Proximity to Power, about Alexandria. And then Wednesday, our Golden Grant awardees will be telling us what they did with the funding and sharing a variety of exciting and really fascinating projects in a panel discussion.